Howdy everybody, welcome to my day 2 of my trading journey, kind of journaling the journey that I'm taking here in being profitable in day trading. Today we're going to be looking at a trade that I took on GC. I did take one also on MNQ, but it only made somewhere around $100. The one in GC made me a good grand, so we're going to be looking at that one as the main moneymaker on Thursday night at 6 p.m. market open. So we're going to look at here at the previous day. We're going to look at the movement, kind of get an idea of how we expect the market was going to go, how I was looking at it. We see we have huge movement here and then a jump back down to test these EMA levels. We see that our daily zone we're clearly above that daily zone, which is nice. And we have it coming down testing. We have quite a bit of chop overnight session, and then looking at the New York session, we see it's kind of still a little bit choppy, dips down, and then have that move upward that we talked about in the previous video. So today we saw, Thursday, I guess this is when I actually took the trade. I didn't trade it all on Friday. I just kept the cash that I had. Didn't trade a single thing during New York session. I only traded during the open. I only took 2 trades, again, one on MNQ, one on GC. So taking a look at this one on GC, we'll go to the next candle here. This is our open at 6 p.m. We see this huge opening candle right here. I keep saying I had to cut out a bunch of the ums in the previous video, so I'm going to try not to say those. Make this one nice clip. But we have this move here. I was looking at this movement, kind of a bull flag right there. And then again, looks like we're about to make another bull flag. So I was kind of waiting for that pullback. I don't generally, like I said in previous video, I don't like to trade these opening candles just because lately with the volatility of the market, they've been huge. They've been 100, 300, 400 point moves on GC, let alone on MNQ and NQ in themselves. So let's take a look at the next few candles here. Let me see exactly where I got in. I got in at 5:16 p.m. my time, so that's 6:16 New York time. So this candle right here is where I got in. So you see I was kind of looking at this bull flag along with the look of these EMAs. They're upside, so are these. All of our EMAs are upside. We're looking upside. We see our indicators saying upside. Everything is good. The only thing that I did not follow with the strat was waiting for it to come down and touch this box. And that's a good and a bad thing. A good thing because I was looking at the bull flag here. I made my own decision to go ahead and get in on this candle right here. So I got in about like right there. I'm not going to stress about the specific price points, but this is the candle that I got in because I'm kind of trying to look at the trades rather than the price. I think I put my stop somewhere down here, which would have been quite a bit of a... Yeah, we're looking at $400 or $500 of stop there, which isn't great, but it's not terrible. Considering this was my first trade of the night, not barring the MNQ, which I think I had like a $50 stop on MNQ. It wasn't anything terrible. But we can also look at the previous movement of this here. You see that we did come below, we came back up, and we did retest this zone here. So back here is actually the retest, and this is kind of a grind up. So you could take that as the strat, and I'm just getting in at a later point, which is fine. In some cases, once you understand the strat, I don't know what I just did there. Hold up just a moment. And we're back. It looked like I had actually swapped over to Apple. I accidentally hit space, which swaps over to Apple for some reason. But anyways, we see that our entry was right here. And again, we're just looking at this bull flag. Ended up playing out really well. I was kind of not wanting it to go below this red EMA there on the 2-minute chart. So again, we just look at it here. We got kind of close with this little bit of a rejection. I see the green coming in. My mind is happy. I'm in the profit right now at this point in the trade. Keep going up, just getting better and better. At this point, I think I walked away for a moment and I pulled up to my computer to kind of look at this. This was the target that I was kind of going for. And this here is a 1,000 point move. and I got out ASAP. I got out right at the top of this move, actually. This is the candle that I did get out on. I got out about right there. If you're looking at price targets, it's about 33.82. And then, funnily enough, I think I hit a stroke of luck there. The next candle was down. So honestly, I probably, in a normal day, would have gotten out here, but I'm kind of working on just taking profits when I see them. So again, we see this price target right here, which now this becomes the price target for any other moves. But after this, we kind of see the market goes down. It just keeps on. It kind of tops out again, like I said, right there. We see this massive rejection, and then we just see a movement downward, breaks the EMA levels here. And I think it just keeps going down for quite a while to hit our pocket. And this is kind of where the strat comes into play. I hit space again. Let's go back to GC. I keep wanting to hit space to move around for some reason. But looking at our strat here, that was a pretty decent play right there. That was a good move. Looking at our strat, it's coming up. It made our new high. Now it's coming back down to test these EMA levels. You see it didn't necessarily hit our pocket here, but it did go down into our levels. It also tested our key level, which is important with the strat. And if you want to learn more about the strat, we have a Discord channel that I will link down in the description. Same thing as last video, where we kind of go over everything. Santana Trades is the one who taught me, and he has a live stream every night where he goes over the strat and how to use it. So give me just a moment. I will be right back. All right, we're back. I was just setting this up to kind of show the movement of the markets and look at them myself. So we see the pocket is going to be this zone kind of going through here, about the middle point of the EMAs. So we see that my movement was the very top of it. Honestly, it wasn't that great of a trade looking at it with strat eyes. We should have waited for this retest and then possibly got in here, got out up here. That would have been a good strat trade, but this is, for what it's worth, it was a bull flag, worked out well, so what have you, move on. But for future reference, I need to wait for more confirmation. I was just trading these bull flags with the momentum of the EMAs, which isn't a terrible strategy, but it's not the strat that we play. So I do need to wait for, again, that pullback into the EMA. Could have got in here and then got out at the top of the move here. However, with the strat, this probably would have been a no trade during the Tokyo session here, just because we're seeing that EMA flip, but not the daily EMAs flip. We're coming down to retest these daily EMAs, which oftentimes it does kind of bounce and go up. And we'll kind of look at that here in just a second. But I wanted to take a look at this, how we see that it does kind of test this key level. It comes up, it does bounce a little bit. That would have been a pretty decent trade, $1,200, not bad at all. That would have been a good trade right there. Kind of take profit when you see profit kind of thing, instead of, this would have been the price target for that. But we see that it never actually came up to touch that price target. And it did come back down. Again, another retest. Possibly could have got in there. This got even closer to our pocket zone here. Came back up, would have been $800 profit. Not bad. After that, though, we see that the strat didn't play out the way that we would want it. We see some chop, which isn't unheard of. After a good setup, usually there is some chop or possible reversal. And again, we see coming down into the London session here. Throughout the Tokyo session, it was a downtrend coming down to test our daily EMAs. And we see that the 30 and the hourly EMAs are crossing over here, which is an indicator. Again, don't trade it. That's what it would have been showing right here, because these are the opposite direction of the daily EMAs. So we're looking at this retest right here. It's a pretty big retest, of $1,500 retest. So if you were on the downtrend of that, it wasn't strat, but I hope you made a bunch of money. And at this point, this would have been our price target for any strat plays. But again, after about this point here, we would not be looking for any strat plays, because that is against strat. The EMAs are downwards while the dailies are upwards. That doesn't mix. We don't want to do that. So looking at the rest of the market during the London session, we see just a bunch of chop. And again, we are in this daily zone. We don't trade this daily zone here. So I wouldn't have been trading that. Then during New York session, I was watching this a little bit, kind of off and on. I saw that it was in the daily EMAs. I didn't want to touch it. I wasn't going to touch it because I'd made my profit. All good. We don't trade this area. So none of this is strat. And during Friday ending of the day, we see kind of a reversal back up, which is nice because it's kind of setting us up for Sunday to be an upward momentum trend. And if we pull out kind of, we can see that as well. So let's go to the 30-minute, take a look there. So we see that we actually made a higher low here than we did a couple days ago. So it looks like we may be trying to continue up more. So this looks like a pretty nice, that's a bull flag right there. And then we got a bull flag here. And then we got a reversal right there. So we may see some strange movement here on Sunday night coming into Monday is how I'm kind of expecting it. But we do see these EMAs are starting to cross over, which kind of indicates that we will be moving into an upward trend that we're looking for this. So on Sunday night, I will be watching these EMAs. I'm not sure if I'll trade gold, but it looks like it might be coming in possibly for a bear flag. That's kind of the strangeness with this is you don't really know where it's going to go right now. It could, we just came out of the daily zone, very well could just come back down into the daily zone, continue more chop, or it could, skyrocket, go up, come up, test these previous levels, maybe this strong resistance level here, come up, test that, hit the, whatever key levels pop up down here, and then bounce back for upward. Or it could, like I said, come back down. This could be a bear flag in the end and just go straight down. And at that point, we're not touching it because it's not strat whatsoever because these dailies still haven't crossed over. At that point, we would wait a couple days for these dailies to kind of cross over. And then we would look for downside trades because then all of our EMAs are aligning. But that's GC. I'm going to swap over to MNQ, kind of look at that, give my synopsis for Sunday night, and go from there. See you in a moment. All right, so here we're looking at the MNQ charts. We see quite a bit of chop, actually, over the past couple weeks. We see, these huge movements from Trump talking and all that good stuff, data coming in. And this is nothing, these movements are nothing to laugh at. These are, quite a bit of movement. That's 500 points right there. So even though we're zoomed out and we see it like this, we know that it's quite a bit of volatility and movement. But focusing more on the previous couple of days, I'm on the 30-minute chart here. We do see this uptrend. We also see that the daily is looking like it wants to cross over. So at this point, we're more playing scalps than anything. We could be looking at a reversal back upwards, but there's one thing we want to take a look at, which is the month chart. And I'm going to take this off for just a moment so we can see a nice clear chart. We see quite a big reversal wick here, which is interesting. So I was looking at this with Santana the other day. Santana Trades, the one who taught me how to day trade. And I was looking at specifically this level and this level. And we were looking, we wanted it to kind of come in and touch these levels, which it did pretty much to a T. This level here, we came in and touched. So I was thinking it's either going to come down and bounce upwards, which it looks like it might be doing. This is for the month we're currently in, previous month, all that good stuff, obviously. Or it could have came down here, tested this level and bounced. Right now, it looks like it's going to bounce this level, go upwards. So if we go to the daily chart again, looking nice and feisty. So we see, we had this really big bear flag on the daily, and then again, another bear flag. So it could be going back down. But if we go to the 30-minute, not the 30-second, we are going to see our EMAs crossing. So if I pull up the indicator, which plots everything for us that we look for, we do see those EMAs kind of coming up. Those are all upside. And then we're looking at the daily EMA here, which is the big one. This is the one we're kind of waiting for to go upside. So right now we're technically in a downtrend looking at the dailies. Again, we could see that pullback even further down, but looking at the monthly, we saw that huge rejection, which is basically all of this level right here has been the rejection from that level that we were looking at on the monthly. We saw it come up, it kind of retested again, and then, retested this level back here, and then is now coming up. We see a bull flag here, looks like it's breaking out of a bull flag right now. So we are going to be looking for that type of movement over the next week. The way that I see this playing out is we're probably going to see, we saw this movement up. We're probably going to see a pullback down to the daily, probably, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday looking, and then we'll see that rejection is how I'm kind of expecting things to move. We'll see that, pull back and then that rejection, and then we'll see those dailies cross over. We'll see the blue go up and the red go down, and then we will be looking for those longs. So that's kind of how I'm expecting. Again, it says caution, don't trade, because our dailies don't align with our lower time frames. And then again, we see this pocket here. If you're scalping, you're looking for this area here. So if you're scalping, this is going to be your price target, the previous high, come back down into that pocket, bounce up, hit our price target, and then trail it up as it goes. We'll see what M&Q does though. We've got a lot of stuff coming out. Let's take a look at the news and see what we've got coming. So we've got industrial profit Saturday today, federal election day, and freedom day are coming up on April 27th, which is tomorrow. So we may see a little bit of volatility on the pre-market stuff that happens. But that's kind of my synopsis for everything. Again, if you want to learn how to trade like I did, that is going to be Santana Trades. We have a Discord, which is going to be linked down in the description on how to get to that. Also, if you're interested in this indicator, which follows along with our strat, or Santana strat really, then you can also find that in the Discord and get access to that if you are interested. So thank you very, very much for watching. If you have any suggestions, questions, all that good stuff, please put it down below. Again, I will just be continuing on this journey on becoming profitable. So today we did take a look at, let me see what my profits actually were. Hold just a moment. All right, I'm back. It looks like I just went onto my dashboard here. My profits for the night was $1,112.50, which actually hit 61.77% of my profit target for this account on Take Profit Trader. So I've got one more day. I've got to make, I think, $450, almost $500 to pass this account, and then I will be funded. So that's nice. We are getting there. I just need to keep trading the way that I have been the past week or so. Just, really accepting profits when I see them. So that's all good. Thank you for watching again. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a wonderful day.